Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. It's International Women's Day, so we're going to talk about that, but specifically part of how it came to be. So, the history of International Women's Day actually has its roots in the Russian Revolution. The date of the 8th of March was chosen because that was the day where Russian women as textile workers went on strike for bread and peace in 1917. And I think that's very poignant to focus on because there's something that has been bothering me for a while, and I figure it's time to talk about it. Are a lot of these girl boss businesses and pro-feminist t-shirts that are made under the most exploitative conditions. Again, exploiting women around the world. Some are better for this than others, but various large big name brands from H&M, stuff you'll find at Forever 21, many of the clothes that we're now buying off of Amazon, you're paying who knows how much money for these garments that cost pennies to be produced by poor Bangladeshi women trying to make ends meet, by women in Africa trying to make ends meet. I know Ethiopia is actually where a lot of China sends their textile work now. And yet some of these companies will use today and other events or auspicious dates to try and sell you a t-shirt with a slogan, or they'll spend lots of money on advertising. You know, there was one from, I think Pretty Little Thing or something that I saw that said, "Too well dressed to be stressed," which there is a deep, deep irony to that, where these companies try and market and profit off of female empowerment with one hand and simultaneously suppressing women with the other. We talk about, how much of a boss Beyonce is, right? Like, oh yeah, Queen Bee, we love you. We stand the one true queen. And people love to buy her clothes because, she helped design this. She's signing off on this. It looks so great. And yet it came out that it was using sweatshop labor. From Asia to Africa to Latin America. Now just take a look at the labels. Stuff is made in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, Ethiopia, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Thailand. It's being made in all these places where we are deliberately exploiting labor, especially female labor, while also saying, oh no, look, this is totally about women's empowerment and we're going to donate just a fraction of this to charity. Aren't we so magnanimous? We will donate $10 million, which is what we clear in a day. And we're going to donate that while we rack up $500 million in profit in a quarter. It's something that I can't quite fully articulate, but it deeply bothers me. Not just for trying to exploit the current ongoing plight of women in terms of having to pay for sanitary products, paying the pink tax where most of their products, even though they're functionally the same for men, like, in terms of, you need shaving cream, you need razors, they cost more for some reason. Beyond all that stuff that women have to endure in a capitalist system, they are also being targeted for spending more money for companies that continue to exploit their fellow women overseas. And in some cases, even right here at home. And it also says a lot that we love to celebrate International Women's Day and share stories, and rightly so, about incredible women in our lives today and from the past. Yet the progenitors of this day, the Russian women who went on strike, seem to have been completely erased from the conversation. I'm not telling people not to celebrate International Women's Day, but there's just something about how some people try and celebrate it, or not celebrate it, but co-opt it. How some people try and co-opt what should be a day of a call to action for the betterment of the conditions of women in every corner of the world, to keep them safer from abuse and exploitation and unfair taxation. All of this, sexism, misogyny. We touched on this in yesterday's video about that misogynistic pastor. There is so much work that needs to be done, and I promise you I am not taking away from that. But there is something that deeply, deeply upsets me when I see calls for, here, buy more of this stuff, using labor that clearly exploits other women. It just seems so disingenuous, and yet I see it all the time. And that's what's bothering me today.